sections of the human body laid out for you. Okay, that's really cool, I can say. But again, just imagine you're training a surgeon to be. Okay, surgeons are hands-on people. Would it make difference in the 1900s, someone touched the cadaver, he felt the human anatomy, and someone who was just seeing it with virtual reality? I'll leave that question to you. Does it help? We have patient simulators. Normally we have patients in clinical settings. They bring patients who are actually they're actors, they're not patients, but they act like they have a disease of some sort. But again, there are things that you can't simulate. There are things that you can't act. You can't act a cardiac arrest. You can't act ECG changes. Okay. So what happened? They created a complex patient simulation. This one has ECG changes. It can show changes in blood pressure. So it's just a model that acts like a patient. That takes us away from the decades before, and that makes us, I think, better in training. Well, so this is a nightmare for practicing doctors, but for medical students, it's a source of information. It's a really big importance because you can gather a lot of information from Google. But for a practicing doctor, a patient goes out, he looks at his phone and he can't work in your clinic, and he already knows like 1,000 things about the condition you want to talk about. But for us, we use it to gather information. Years before, decades before, this wasn't there. The e-learning and the database platforms. Just imagine in the 1950s, you had a paper, you had a test to give. You had to carry a bag of books, and you go to the library and you pile it up. You wouldn't read them. I don't know, maybe they used to read them. But again, right now what you need is your laptop. You have everything in here. You can go anywhere. Actually, nowadays, read at the beach. So you go with this, and you have all the books in here, all the research papers. It makes work way easier. Clinical years. To be sincere, not much has changed in the clinical years of a medical student. But there is one thing that needs a lot of emphasis, and that's the communication skills. There is a song you sing these days in medical school, and that's consent. Consent, consent, consent. Even some lecturers will need consent for you to go out of a lecture. Okay. So, you now have to explore a patient's ideas. You ask the patient, what do you think you have? Okay. Expectations, what do you want me to do for you today? Okay, and the empathy. So these are things that are changing throughout the years from the past decades. And we all know the reason. Yes, there is patient satisfaction. Yeah, it's a big issue and it's important. But the biggest thing is the medical legal issues. People are getting sued, and the lawyers are reading harder. This is a very important issue. It's about sick heroes. Research has shown there is an increasing prevalence of mental health illness in medical students. Now, does this mean people get mental health problems in medical school? Not really. Sometimes it's the case, but sometimes they have life events which happened before their medical school that change the way their mental health is. So our role here, as each one of us who are here and who are involved in academics, is to try to sensitize medical students about their mental health actually, because it's a very important issue. We need to create ways of them to manage their stress and try to create committees which can help in counseling sessions. Now, because it's a very stressful time in medical school, you need to take some time off. Me, myself, I'm a fan of Grey's Anatomy, the TV series. But again, those Friday nights you want to stay home and just watch the TV, watch Grey's Anatomy, but everybody's in the library reading and you feel very guilty that you're not reading. So what I do, I have a button. This is the battle between the grades. I either watch Grey's Anatomy or read Grey's Anatomy. I get a few friends, we go to the bar and do a quiz. Okay, we can do neuro. So, when you do a quiz with beers, you know what happens? In the next morning, that's you in class. Okay, just want to feel guilty. So, to anyone who has finished medical school, what does this mean? Because we're all here as consultants, as opticians, as optometrists, were in some way involved in medical education. These people are among us, the medical students. So we need to know the trends and how they're changing so that we can cope up with the world and the way they handle their, the health issues, so that we can train better doctors. Okay. Now, to the medical students, it's our honor being among all these people today, okay? And it should just give us hope. It should give us determination. It should give us inspiration to continue down this path because it's of a noble cause. It's of a noble cause, I can't repeat that, okay? And I wouldn't be myself on this path if it wasn't for the Pantheo Foundation, and I thank them very much. Thank you very much for your attention.